What's up, y'all? It's your girl, El Rochelle, here for Hardwood Divas NFL Week 10 picks. So first up, we've got Thursday's game, 5:25 p.m. on the NFL Network. We've got the Redskins versus the Vikings. Redskins. Don't trust the Vikings right now. I trust the Redskins just a little bit more. Even at home even with the game being at home for the Vikings, I just definitely have a little more trust in the Redskins right now. Don't get me wrong, could go either way, but I'm going with the Redskins for now. Sunday, Lions versus the Bears in the first of the 10 a.m. slate of games. Lions, yeah, definitely going with them. Rams versus the Colts. Colts, I don't really see a lot happening with the Rams. They tried that first week, but yeah, this is just not it for them. Going with the Colts. Seahawks versus the Falcons. Now, this one's tough because I'm not really sure how well Seattle's going to travel. The Falcons have now won 2 games. It's at home. I'll go with the Seahawks, but it's a little bit of a toss-up just because of the game being in Atlanta, and that's a really, really long trip for Seattle. So I'm going to go with Seattle, but Falcons could definitely pull this one out. Raiders versus the Giants. Raiders didn't do very well last week versus the Eagles. And this is a long travel for them going across over to New York. So I'm going to go with the Raiders. I know my husband won't be happy, but he should be kind of happy because a lot of times when I pick the Raiders, they don't win. So he should just be happy that I didn't pick them this time. And just pray for, I don't know, amazingness. Eagles versus the Packers. Now, of course, this game would have been easy to pick had Aaron Rodgers not broken his collarbone and thrown this game into a tizzy. So, yes. And Nick Foles did have 7 touchdowns last week. Yes, it was versus the Raiders, but still. I'm picking the Eagles for this game. Do you know how hard that is right now? I'm picking the Eagles for this game. If Nick Foles has any type of decent game, LaShawn McCoy has a good game, this is definitely a game that the Eagles could win. The Packers are not known for their amazing defense, so this would not be difficult. If they can get a few points up on the board ahead, it would be a little more difficult for the Packers to come back from that. So, with Seneca Wallace as their backup quarterback. So, I'm going with the Eagles for this one. So tough. Bengals versus the Ravens. Bengals. That was easy. Bills versus the Steelers. Ooh. Bills? I like the Bills. I like the Bills in this one. I'll go with the Bills. Steelers, they're going to definitely have to do some things in the offseason, and one of those things is consider what they're going to do with Ben Roethlisberger, because this just isn't working out for them anymore. They don't have anything. They don't have many young players that are like really good, so they're going to have to do something to get some picks. So that may involve, trading away Big Ben. We'll see what happens, but I'm going with the Bills for this game. Jags versus Titans. Y'all know what this is. Y'all know what this is. 0-16. It's happening. So for the 1 p.m. slate of games, I've got the Panthers versus the Niners. Panthers are good, but I just don't see. The 49ers are on one of those tears right now where they had a bumpy start at the beginning of the year, but I definitely see them just keep rolling. So I'm going to go with the Niners for this one, but don't count the Panthers out. Texans versus the Cardinals. This is going to be a very interesting game. As many have seen last week, the Texans head coach, Gary Kubiak, actually had a TIA, a mini stroke, at the beginning of halftime of their game. He was released from the hospital, I believe it was yesterday. But it's, that's really hard for a team, how they rally. I know a lot of people were saying it was just the stress of him trying to come back after those crazy losses they had kind of in the middle of the first half of the season. So this is going to be very interesting. I like the Cardinals overall. I'm going with the Cardinals for this game. But definitely wouldn't be surprised to see the Texans coming out and running really, going really hard for their coach. So going with the Cards, but like I said, look out for the possibility of the Texans really bringing something. Broncos versus the Chargers. Another situation of a head coach dealing with some crazy stress over the weekend. Well, come to find out, John Fox had he passed out, had some sort of blockage that needed to be an artery blotch that needed to be repaired immediately. The crazy thing that people did not know is apparently he's known about this for over a year and had kept putting it off till it came to a head and decided, don't put me off anymore. So he's going to be out for about 2 months, I think they said. It's kind of interesting. A lot of these coaches go really hard, put a lot into these seasons. They sacrifice their health for it. If you notice, a lot of them are overweight. And that's just a lot of that late night eating, in there watching game film, not really doing what they're supposed to do. So this is another interesting scenario. Jack Del Rio has been named their interim coach. I'm still going to pick the Broncos for this game, though this is a bit of a rivalry game with the Chargers and the Broncos. So it could be a toss-up because the Chargers are known to like to beat down on their division foes. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a very, very hard fought. I don't personally think it's going to get out of hand, get crazy as far as numbers go, but I definitely believe this is going to be a fun game to watch. The 5:30, the Sunday night games, my Cowboys versus the Saints. So the Cowboys, they won. Those against the Vikings, and it was really, really close up until the end. Saints are good, and Saints are awesome at home. I'm going to go with the Saints. And it takes a lot because you know how much I love my Cowboys, but I'm also a very informed NFL watcher, so I do know that this is a very unlikely game for the Cowboys to win. However, they will prove a lot to me and a lot to a lot of people if they can pull this one out. But I am going with the Saints as a safe bet. So there you have it. Our Monday night game. I really wish they could flex out of this one because seriously, the Dolphins versus the Bucks. Well, yeah. So the Bucks, y'all know I don't like them. I think they're just about as terrible as the Jags are. However, the Dolphins are reeling from the story of the week, the Jonathan Martin leaving the team because of hazing / bullying / crazy behavior from Richie Incognito. Both of them are no longer on the team, so there's 2 offensive linemen that could be used. This is going to be very interesting, to say the least. This may be the one game the Buccaneers are able to win because some team has a crazier story going on than they do. Weird. So I'm going with the Buccaneers for this game. Of course, the Dolphins are more talented and have the opportunity to beat them, but I'm just not sure how they're going to respond to the pressure, all of the lights, all of the cameras now on them because of the craziness going on in their locker room. So I am picking the Buccaneers for this game. Yikes. That's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. So there you have it, my picks for week 10 of the NFL. Let me know what you think. Of course, I am happy to listen to all of your crazy, crazy comments. And I'll laugh at most of them. And if you say something wild, like I said, don't come for me unless you're prepared for me to come for you. So, there you have it, my loves. I will chat with you later. Deuces.